Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. We're back here for a Bitcoin update, and obviously we've had some significant price action in the last 24 hours in terms of where this weekly candle is closed. And we'll get into all of that today. We've got a lot to talk about today. But before we get into it, I do want to announce the winner of today's giveaway will be announced at the end of the video. Okay, so right at the end of the video, we're going to announce the winner, and we'll show you we'll just do it in live real time, just so everyone knows it's legit. So you'll see the winner at the end of the video. With that being said, click the link down below, join our crypto channel over here on Telegram, get access to all our updates, analysis, whole range of more things. If you're interested in our VIP channel, you get access to our VIP channel over here. We do trading signals, market analysis, a whole range of exclusive stuff, and we even have access to our VIP chat for all our members to come in and talk to. Let's go ahead and get into it, because Bitcoin has just closed under what everyone's talking about and what's a big talk in the market today, which is the 200 moving average. We've just had that weekly close under the 200-day moving average. Now, people are asking me, what do I think? And I've talked a little bit about this already, but I think before we even talk about today together, I want everyone to understand one thing, and that is what a moving average is. Because if you don't really know what a moving average is, how can you apply any significance to this scenario? Okay, it doesn't mean anything. So a moving average takes the time frame of which you're on. So for example, right now we're on the 7 days of a weekly. So it takes a 7-week period, a 7-day period. That's a one period. 7 days is one period. All right. It applies it over a specific amount of periods. So the 200 is 7 lots of 7, 200 lots of 7. So 200 periods, and each period is about 7 days. All right. So 1 week, and it gives you the average price over that period, and it updates every single period. Okay. So it's very important to understand that this line is representing the average price of the weekly candles over 200 periods. Now, it is not a resistance. There we go. Biggest piece of information. Moving averages are not resistances. Moving averages are not resistances. You can't reject from something that's not a resistance. The moving average, what it can tell us, and this is what it's for, is it tells us where the price is in relation to the average price over a period, all right? And when the price is over the average, we generally have strength. It's showing strength in comparison to the average price over that period, and therefore we're in a stronger trend. If we're under it, same thing, it's showing negative strength, it's showing weakness, and that is why this is significant. Now, if you take a longer moving average, so a slower moving average, a 200, a 300, for example, a 300, okay, average price over 300, all right, 300 periods, all right, it takes a lot less time, a longer time to get to those levels, okay? Now, if we had to go to a daily chart, you will see the 200 is in a completely different spot, okay? It's way up over here. So it doesn't necessarily pinpoint areas of support and resistance, because it is relative to the time frame you're on and relative to the average price over the amount of periods that you're looking at. Okay, so very important distinction. So it is not a resistance. We haven't technically rejected from it because it's not a resistance. What we have done is have closed under it, signifying that there is not yet enough strength or a higher degree of strength to push us over the average price over the last 200 periods for the weekly chart. That is what it's telling us. What does that mean for the price action? Nothing. It doesn't tell us we're going to go lower. What it does tell us, however, it tells us there is still a probability that we lose value as price. We continue downwards from here, and there's a lower chance that we reverse at the bottom over here, okay? So if we had to close above the 200, it would have signified strength, and that projected bottom, this predicted bottom over here, would have all of a sudden become much more probable. Right now, the probability of this being the bottom is still high, but it is not as high as it would have if we closed above the 200. Now we are under, showing weakness. Now there is still the possibility that we do come down and retest the 300 and potentially go lower. Okay, it's all a probability game. The 200 was just a trigger to flip the probabilities favors. That's all it was. Okay, so we're going to talk about that because I think that's very important, because we do have FOMO coming up soon. We have earnings reports, we have GDP. Obviously, all these are negative news events. None of these are going to be particularly positive. Even the question is, you take in a bad thing, trying to get the best of the worst, essentially, you're trying to get the least worst thing. So the least worst news possible is going to be good news, essentially, okay? But generally, FOMOC is going to be pretty bad news. Interest rates increasing is bad news for financial markets. So we've talked about this 100 times, Earnings reports are going to be down. There's no way earnings reports are going to be up. There's just not a chance in this economy. And obviously GDP has been dropping for a long time now. But, they're going to officially say we've had 2 negative quarters, we're in a recession. But I think it's important to understand that we've been in a recession this entire time. Just because we're not in a recession in terms of a slow moving average or a slow data point doesn't mean we're not in a recession. There's plenty of indicators that indicate towards a recession we've been in one. All right, it's like saying that we're not under the 300-day moving average on the weekly, therefore we're not in a bear market. But we've been in a bear market this entire time. So generally, once they admit we're in a recession, the majority of the crash has already occurred. That is how it is. It is designed that way and sent that way, so they're not just admitting we're in a recession all the time. They don't want to admit that we're in a recession. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theorists. They don't want to come out and be like, we're in a recession, okay? And when, say, for example, they do come out and say we're in a recession, and then in 5 weeks' time we're positive again, they'll say we're only in a recession for 5 weeks. So, you have to understand these terminologies, these measurements of data aren't here to make it sound good for you. It's here to make it sound good for them. Don't listen to this shit. You have to do your own analysis. You have to, think outside the box. You have to look at how the back end's working, how the money's flowing, what does that mean, and react, because we reacted before any of this had happened, because we saw it coming, okay? Now, talked a little bit about that. Let's talk about, what happens if this goes to shit, because, we do still have that possibility, and we talked about it already a lot on this channel, that we head lower, and we're going to go ahead and bring up that chart. And this was on TradingView. I posted a very long time ago. And obviously I don't really use TradingView, so there's no point following me here. There's literally no point, guys. I wouldn't even bother, because I don't post on here anymore. But this is a chart we showed a long time. We talked about this on Twitter, Telegram, showed you on YouTube many, many times. This was our absolute bearish case scenario. We have this continued downtrend to about $12,000, $13,000. And that is still a possibility. And the possibility for that still remains the same. It would have dropped. The possibility for that would have dropped significantly if we closed that weekly with a 200, but we didn't. So that is still a real threat that we have to be very much aware of. Now, it doesn't mean there's a greater possibility of that because we lose over 200. We still have this uptrending support line, okay? We still have many, many supports over here. We have our major support resistance range between 17,500 to 19,000. We have our short-term uptrending support over here forming this triangle, ascending triangle. We have our neckline support, which is a very major support, guys, above our triangle over here, sitting between 21,700 and 21,900, which is a massive reversal point. And we have minor supports throughout this triangle, plus moving averages on the smaller time frame. Again, not supports, but they can indicate points, of where strength is shown. Okay, so we do have a lot of support here. It'd be quite amazing to see the price just tank right through. All right. It would have to be due to these news events that facilitate that kind of movement, all right? Because we do have a lot of support, but it is still possible. So, yeah, we're kind of in this weird, tricky position still, guys, and everyone's getting sick of this. We could go up, we could go down, we could go up, we could go down, but that's just the reality of the price. We are between a massive, massive support line, and we're just on this massive support line, and if we go any lower, we're fucked. So, people are going to be a little bit speculative. There's going to be a lot of fear and uncertainty in the down market. It's very, very volatile times. It's just a reality of life, right? Sometimes we don't have certainty in the market. We have to act on assumption, or at least assume certain possibilities and then have plans at least to react on those. And we've got those plans. A weekly close below this trend line. We're just flipping downside. We expect more downside. Until then, we do think the bottom's more likely in. We expect upside, but if we get that weekly candle close under this trend line, that would be confirmation that the trend line's lost. We will go lower. It is simple as that. Now, I think I want to talk about something else, because we've talked a lot about this now, and I'm just going to go quickly talk about our short term, and then I'm going to come back to something else, which is really interesting. And our short term is showing a descending channel slash bull flag formation. Obviously, it's a short time frame, so more lean towards a bull flag. And we do have this aggressive move upwards previous to that, which would constitute, that of which we would see from a bull flag formation. So a bull flag formation over here, if it did break out, it would take us upwards of $24,000, which is good to see. If it was a descending channel formation, we take that whip over here, we apply it to the breakout point, assuming the breakout point, is down over here, it takes us over. So it takes us over 23,800 in both scenarios over here, if this market structure played out. But we do have to understand that measured moves never play to completion when there's major resistances in the way, and we have this major support resistance range. So best case scenario, this takes us back into this range, we form another pattern, and then we continue upwards, okay? Still a possibility again. If we do break 23,800, all right, 23,800, we will continue strongly upwards, all right? We will continue strongly upwards to about 27, 26, maybe more likely 27 to $28,000 is the red trend line. Okay, we talked about it in our last video. I'm not trying to get everyone overly bullish because it's just, there's no point getting overly bullish here. We're still under, we're still under major resistance. There's no point. Why would you get overly bullish? We're still under major resistance. But be aware, just be aware of what happens if it does happen, just so you can act. You know what's going on. Okay. That's about all I want to talk about today, guys. The downside is more probable, okay? The downside is more probable, but we do have major supports coming up, and I don't think you should be acting too rationally until we see what happens with that, okay? As for that weekly candle, who gives a shit, really? Who cares? That shouldn't have been the be-all and end-all for you anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter where we close, because we don't really care where the price goes. We just react, okay? It shouldn't be a be all and end all. If that was like the thing you were saying, I'm going to buy when we close over that, it doesn't matter. You would have got wrecked anyway. All right. That's just like, you don't trade like that. All right. So if that's how you're going to be trading, you're going to get wrecked anyway, because moving averages aren't triggers like that. Okay. I do want to say, however, guys, we are in the market, basically every day, trading, analyzing, making money, taking trades, whatever it may be. We're here doing videos every single day, okay? But I want everyone to just take a moment, and if you're lost a lot of money in this downtrend, if you're losing a lot of money now, if you've been wrecked and you're not feeling mentally okay, just understand that this is not life, all right? This means fucking nothing at the end of the day. It really doesn't, guys. I've been trading for 7 years. I've made life-changing wealth. I've made multiple six figures from day trading. I'm a young fella. I don't have to work if I don't want to again. And I'm telling you right now that we spend it day in, day out in this market, and it doesn't mean shit. This is literally the most unimportant part of life, okay? Do not waste your time stressing over the market. Do not waste your time thinking about it 24/7. What you should do, just come here, react day by day, take day by day, have a plan, and just act on your plan. Make sure you have your risk tolerance set so you're not losing more money than you can afford. Make sure you know what you're entering when you take your trades. Don't overextend your risks. Don't try to be greedy. Just take it day by day, all right? If you've lost money in the downtrend, take this as an opportunity to start fresh, think about what you're doing, learn from your mistakes, whether that be trying to alter or fix psychological errors or triggers or barriers that are preventing you from making profits, such as revenge trading or poor risk management, or whether you're taking poor advice from people who aren't in positions or don't have the knowledge to provide that advice, such as random people on Twitter. I'm not saying I'm the best source of information, but what I am trying to say is I will assure you guys that I will always provide the most unbiased opinions, and I'll always tell you guys what the charts are saying. I don't put my personal opinion per se into here. All I'm doing is I'm looking at the chart, I'm telling you. I'm translating the chart as if a translator would translate a new language. I'm translating the charts. It's up to you guys to make your opinions and decisions, but I'm telling you what is happening, okay? I'm unbiased. I told you we're in a bear market, we're head down. I'm telling you what's happening now. Regardless of what happens, if you listen, you listen. If you don't, you don't. But what I'm trying to say is, if you have lost money in this downtrend, this business, it's been a significant downtrend. We're down 75%, altcoins are down over 80, 90%. If you've held from the top and you're down a lot, just realize that, it doesn't really matter. It isn't the end of life. You'll recover, you'll make your money back. What does matter is your actions. What does matter is how you plan your next decision, because those will directly influence your position right now, okay? Don't get too caught up in it, guys. Don't waste your life, caring so much about this kind of stuff. It is very important for what we do, but again, there's more important things in life, and you definitely shouldn't be getting emotional, and caught up too much in this. I've heard some crazy stories about people offing themselves because they lost money, and I can understand it, but at the same time, we've all been there. We've all been there. When I first started trading, guys, I blew up 2 accounts in a row. Life savings gone. I was a young fella at the time when I started, but it was all the money I had worked for gone 2 times in a row. And you feel like crap. I'm not gonna lie, you don't feel great when you lose money. It's very, very hard because you feel your hard work is going. But understand, guys, this game, we're literally transferring money between assets. Your risk is loss. you will lose money if you're wrong, okay? If you can't stomach that, you shouldn't be in this market. You should be trading with less money, trade with less capital. I tell my VIP members all the time, if you are struggling mentally taking trades, if you are hesitant entering, if you are scared while in a trade, if you're anxious or nervous when a trade is going on that you're going to lose, that is your brain telling you that you need to increase your risk management. You need to slow down, you need to reduce your capital and take it a day at a time. If you miss a day in the market, it doesn't matter. The market isn't going anywhere. The market will be here tomorrow, and you wake up and it'll be the day here, the day after. You go away for a week on holiday. Guess what? The market's still going to be here. There is opportunity every day. You don't feel rushed, okay? Let's go ahead. I know sub story there, whatever. We're just trying to get it out. I thought it was an interesting one to talk about today. Now that we're coming down to this kind of sticky point and boiling point in the market, I think it's a good one to talk about. Anyway. We're going to go in and play Bitget and become a trader. I highly recommend listening to those. Obviously, Bitget is where I personally trade, and obviously the Become a Trader course is a course that I've handcrafted myself with Rules of Crypto, and really put everything in there you need. If you want to, trade like I trade, or even just like be able to view charts and market and trends and stuff, and do technical analysis I do, that is where you're going to learn it, guys. That is where you're going to learn it. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll be back in a second to do our giveaway, okay? Okay, guys, we're going to be taking a quick look at Bitget, and now Bitget is where I personally trade. I highly recommend signing up to Bitget with the link down below. Bitget is probably the best exchange out there if you are a trader. It has a variety of features, and the best things about Bitget are a few things. Number one, it's non-KYC. Well, KYC is completely optional on Bitget. Now, there's a whole variety of exchanges out there nowadays that have gone completely centralized, sharing your personal trading information and information of decentralized governments and different governing bodies. Bitget allows that option to be left to the individual, to the user of the exchange. You can decide to non-KYC, you can decide to KYC. It's completely your choice. Another really beneficial thing about Bitget, and the biggest reasons why I'm sitting here actually recommending Bitget to all my followers, is that it has 0.02% trading fees. All right, this is significantly lower than any other cryptocurrency trading exchange out there. FTX, Binance, can name a bunch more. KuCoin. It is significantly lower, by 500% lower than the lowest exchange out there, Binance. Another big thing, guys, is there's no global restrictions on who can use Bitget. Anyone from anywhere can sign up to Bitget and get access to the entire exchange of all the tools, whether it be futures or spot. No matter which country you're in, you can use futures and spot. If you're in America, for say, and you want to get access to more spot trading pairs, such as Binance Global, and you can't sign up, well, guess what? They've got 250 different spot trading pairs here on Bitget to get access to, and you can get access to all of these. If you're in Australia and you want to access the futures market and you can't trade futures, you can do it here on Bitget. You can get access to the future market and start trading with leverage. And finally, guys, if you do want to sign up to Bitget, go ahead, click that link down below to sign up to Bitget, and you'll get access to the reward center over here, which enables up to $4,000 in rewards by completing 5 tasks. All right, guys, we'll get back to the video. Thanks for listening to that. Okay, guys, I want to take a quick moment to introduce the Become a Trader course at the end of this video. This course was designed by myself and Wolves of Crypto. We put together a whole variety of knowledge to create the most cohesive, understandable, and beneficial trading course there is on the market. If you're interested in learning how to become a trader, if you're interested in learning how to use technical analysis, if you're interested in learning how to apply market analysis to different cryptocurrencies, this is a course for you. We teach you everything from the fundamentals, the basics about what cryptocurrency is, how to trade cryptocurrency, mastering the craft of cryptocurrency, diving into a whole range of technical indicators, market structures, and teaching you how to utilize these when finding trades and applying risk management strategies to become more profitable over time. We even dive into market psychology, human psychology, and provide a variety of different videos and educational content, including courses and quizzes to assist your learning along the way. If this is something you're interested in, guys, go ahead and contact us down below at the cryptoacademycourses@gmail.com. We'll send you an email back with all the course information, the structure, the payment details, and everything else you need to know. That being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Guys, we are back. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway. So we're going to choose a random video that we posted in the last few days, and I really always like to choose the videos that have got the least amount of views. I think it's a cool one to do. I just like to do it. So let's go ahead and click this one. Obviously, this is my first video back for a few weeks. Here goes an ad. I was for a few days, sorry, I was very sick, so this is the first video back. Here's all we've got a few scam comments over here. These are all scam comments, so I just like to remove those. So if I click a scam comment as a winner, obviously we'll just choose a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like quickly just see how many comments we got. We've got quite a few comments over here. Okay. I don't want to count. I'm going to count them all up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 20, 40, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 64. So random number selector. Random number generator. So we're going to go 0 to 64. This is how we kind of do our giveaways, is to keep it nice and fair and square. Okay, 60. Okay, so that's what? 4 from the bottom. Okay, so 64. So that would be 64. That would be 63. That would be 62. That would be 61. That would be 60. Okay, Mark 1986. Congratulations, man. You are the winner, Mark 1986. You know, awesome. Congratulations. I hope this money helps you. It's only a couple $100 we're giving away at a time, US dollars at a time. So nothing too significant, but obviously for some people that is a lot of money. So I hope this actually helps you. To go ahead and claim this, you will have to contact me on Telegram. So come down and click this button over here. This will take you to my direct message on Telegram. Go ahead and contact me, just saying, hey, I'm Mark 986 from YouTube. I was a winner of the giveaway, and we'll sort that out. Now, there will be a verification process for you. I do need to confirm, in fact, you are you. So I do have a few things to verify who you are that I'll need to request from you. And just because we've had a lot of scammers, and the last giveaway, Muhammad won, but we had a few people message me pretending to be Muhammad, you know, changing their names, changing their profile pictures, pretending, and you know, if you're doing that, you will be called out. All right, I'm not just going to throw money at a random person. I do verify who they are. Okay, so you will be called out if you do that. There's no point even trying. If you're watching this and you want to try it, there's literally no point trying to do that. It is a waste of time. You're not going to get the money. Okay, only the winner of the giveaway is going to get this money. That is it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Cheers.